Hey, what's up, and welcome back to another build tutorial, where today I'm going to show you how to build your own fish and chip shop in Minecraft. The perfect place to grab some lovely fish and chips. And before I start the tutorial, I'd really appreciate it if you consider giving that like button a little smash, as it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. But let's not waste any more time, and let's start building. Here are all the materials that you will need for this build. And the plot land you will need is 12 by 14 blocks. First up, I'm going to grab myself some white concrete to begin with. And then just going to the front right hand corner, just over here, just from this point, I'm just going to place 5 white concrete going up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, just like that. And then I'm just going to thicken this by 1 more at the back. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some light grey concrete. And then just from this point, I'm going to count across 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on that 5th block, I'm going to place 1 bit of grey concrete there to begin with, followed by just another 2. So you should end up with a row of 3 there. And then I'm just going to extend this row up so it's 5 blocks high in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you should end up with something that looks like that. And then just from this top point here, just on the side there, I'm just going to place another 5 light grey concrete to join up with this white wall just there. And the next, just going to the left hand side, I'm just going to place another 5 light grey concrete, just going up like that. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 2, and this time I'm going to place 3 concrete, just going up like that. And then just going to extend this point along by another 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the next, just coming to the left hand side, I'm just going to place 1 bit of concrete there. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2, and then I'm going to place another 3 just there. And then to finish this side off, just from this point here, I'm just going to extend that along until I meet with the end there. And then moving back to the white concrete, just going all the way over to the back here. Just from this point, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks of white concrete just going across like that. And I'm just going to extend this up by another 4 blocks. And that will make it level with everything else. And then moving to the right side, just from this point, I'm going to place 3 rows of white concrete, just connecting those walls together there. And then going to the right hand side, I'm just going to place, firstly, 1 bit of white concrete there. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2, and then I'm going to place another 6 just on that side. And then I'm just going to connect these 2 top points up to complete that wall just there. So next up, for the floor, I'm going to be using some grey concrete and also some grey concrete powder. So firstly, just starting from this point here, I'm just going to place some grey concrete powder there. I'm going to leave a gap, place another one, leave a gap, place another one. And then just next to where these blank sections are, just for the next row, I'm just going to place some grey concrete just next to those. And also placing 1 there. As you see, by doing that, that's just creating this cool checkered pattern. And then I'm just going to repeat this pattern just to fill all of this space. So that'll leave you with something that looks like that. And then switching to the grey concrete, I'm just going to fill in the rest of these gaps. And then next up, I'm going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. I'm just going to fill up all of the windows here. So starting with this front one, just going to fill that up. And then I'm just going to fill up this little side one there, and also the other little window on the other side. And then for the door, I'm going to need a glass pane, and I'm also going to need a diorite wall. So just on the left hand side here, I'm just going to place 1 white stained glass pane there, a diorite wall on top, and then 2 glass panes just on top of that. So next up, moving back to the white concrete, just from this point, I'm just going to extend this white wall up by 1 more block. So it should end up with something that looks like this. And next up, I'm then going to grab myself some blue concrete, and then just starting from this point here, I'm just going to place one just like that. I'm just going to extend this across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. Just there. And then going around, I'm going to place another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks just to meet with that white wall there. And then I'm just going to thicken this blue section by one more block outwards. So that should leave you with something that looks like that. And the next, I'm going to grab myself some more white concrete. And then just from this point here, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. Just going along like that. And then going around placing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks just to meet with the white wall there. And that should leave you with something that looks like this. And then I'm just going to heighten this white wall by one more block, going all the way around. And that'll leave you with something that looks like this. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some smooth stone. And then just for the concrete area, just going all the way around. Firstly, I'm just going to replace this whole blue wall border with all of this stone. So just doing that, going all the way around. And then sticking with the smooth stone, I'm also going to fill in all of this grass area with it as well. And that'll leave you something that looks like this. And for some extra detail, I'm then going to grab myself some oak leaves. And then just from this point, I'm just going to place 3 blocks just like that for a nice little front bush there. And then going to the left hand side, from this point here, I'm just going to place a row of 3 leaves there. And from that point, another 3, followed by 1 in the middle bit there, and then just 1 leaf on the end for a nice little side bush. So to make the roof, firstly, with the white concrete, just from this point here, I'm just going to place a whole 2 rows, just connecting those 2 walls together, just like that. And then I'm just going to count across 4 blocks from this point, so 1, 2, 3, 4. On that block, I'm going to place 1 bit of white concrete, and then just 1 bit of glowstone on either side there. And then just filling in the hollow areas with some white concrete like that. That'll be for our first set of lights. And I'm just going to mirror that on the other side. So firstly, placing a whole row of white concrete to connect these walls together, followed by another 2 just like that. And then from that point, counting across 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On that block, placing some white concrete. And then I'm just going to place a bit of glowstone just on either side there. And then I'm just going to fill in these hollow areas like that. And then just to finish off the roof, I'm just going to fill in this hollow middle section with some more of the concrete like that. And then if I just head inside, I'm then just going to place 1 iron trapdoor just underneath each bit of glowstone. And that'll complete all of the lights. And then moving to the top of the roof, I'm just going to place 1 bit of white carpet on top of each bit of glowstone there, just to hide those. And then next, just as some vents on top, I'm going to grab myself some stone, some rails, and also some stone brick walls. So firstly, with some stone, just on this right bit of glowstone here, I'm just going to place 1 bit of stone there, followed by 1 going up, and then 2 just on the side there. And then I'm just going to mirror that on this other bit of glowstone, just like this. And then with the rails, I'm just going to place 4 on top for a little fan design. And to finish these vents off, I'm just going to place 1 stone brick wall just there. Then coming to the left hand side, I'm just going to place 2 going down, followed by 1 to the right there. And that will complete the roof. Next up for the chip shop sign here. So for that, firstly, I'm going to grab myself some yellow wool. I'm also going to grab a stone stair, a normal stone, a stone slab, and also a black stone button. Before this, firstly, just on this point, I'm going to go across 2 blocks. And on that block, I'm just going to place 1 upside down stone stair just there. And then on top of that, I'm then going to add an upside down stair just in the other direction. And then next to this stair, I'm just going to add one stone slab like that. And then just on top of this upside down stair, I'm just going to add one normal stair like that. And then on the side of this stair, I'm just going to add one stone, followed by another stone stair just on the end there. And then moving to the stone slab, I'm just going to place one of these underneath that bit of stone just there. And as you see, that creates some sort of fish shape just like that. And then for the fish's eye, I'm just going to add a black stone button there. And then for a chip, I'm just going to add 2 yellow wool just there. And as you see, that creates a fun little sign there where the fish is eating a chip just like that, which completes our fish and chip shop sign. So next up for a chip cone banner design. So for this, you're going to need 1 white banner, 3 white dye, and then 1 yellow and blue dye. Oh, and I'm also going to need a loom as well. So for this, firstly, I'm just going to place the white banner in there, followed by the yellow dye. I'm just going to choose this stripy yellow pattern, just like that to begin with. And the next with some blue dye, I'm just going to choose this bottom square pattern, just like this. And the next, in with all the white dye, firstly, I'm just going to choose this triangle pattern just at the top there. Followed by this white triangle just on the left there. And then to finish the banner off, I'm just going to choose this white border going all the way around. And that will just create a cool little chip banner, which I can place outside the chippy here. And you're also going to need another one of these for the interior. And that can be placed just there. So with all the exterior done, it's now time to move on to the interior. So first up, for a fridge design, I'm going to grab myself a block of iron to begin with. And then just from this point, I'm just going to place 2 blocks like that. And then I'm going to grab myself some blue stained glass. I'm just going to place 4 on top of those 2 blocks of iron there. And then on top of that blue stained glass, I'm just going to add 2 iron trapdoors, just like that. And then I'm going to grab some item frames. I'm just going to place 4 in front of all the glass there. And then for some drinks, I'm just going to grab myself some water bottles. And I'm just going to fill up the fridge with all of those. And then for a rug design, I'm just going to grab myself some blue carpet. And then just from this point, I'm just going to place 1 bit of carpet there, followed by another 3 going down like that. And then I'm just going to thicken that 1 more just to the left there. And the next, for the front counter, I'm going to grab myself some white concrete. And then just from this point, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white concretes going along like that. And then with an iron trapdoor, I'm just going to place 1 on the end there. And I'm also going to grab myself a lever so we can open and close it. And then for a till design, I'm going to grab myself a stone brick stair. And I'm just going to place 1 just on the end there. And then behind that, I'm going to add a birch sign just there. And then just for a wrapping station, just here. For that, I'm just going to grab an iron pressure plate. And I'm just going to place 1 down just there. And the next up, to start off the fish and chip food display, which is going to be at the front here. Firstly, I'm just going to grab myself some more white concrete. And then I'm just going to go across from this point another 2 blocks. And I'm just going to place 1 bit of white concrete just there. And then I'm also going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. I'm just going to place 4 just in an L shape, just like that. And then next up, moving into the kitchen area, I'm going to grab myself a piston. And I'm just going to place 3 on top of each other, just in this corner here. And that'll give us a fridge design, just there. And I'm also going to add some sinks next to that. So I'm going to grab myself a cauldron. I'm just going to place 2 of these next to each other like that. And then I'm going to grab myself a birch sign. And I'm just going to place 1 sign in front of each cauldron there. And then I'm also going to grab myself a water bucket and also a tripwire hook. And I'm just going to fill up each cauldron with some water, followed by a tripwire hook for some taps. And the next, for some cabinets, I'm just going to grab myself a block of iron. I'm just going to place 2 of those next to each other there. And then I'm just going to add 2 light grey carpet on top. And the next up, for a deep fryer design. So for this, firstly, I'm just going to destroy these 2 blocks just underneath there. And I'm just going to place the bottom with the same checkered floor pattern just there. Followed by another 2 grey concrete in the corner there. And a bit of grey concrete powder just there. And then I'm going to grab myself an iron trapdoor. I'm just going to place 2 just on the bottom like that. And then I'm going to grab myself an armor stand. I'm just going to place 1 on top of each iron trapdoor. And then on each of these armor stands, I'm going to grab myself a chainmail helmet. And these are quite cool because they look like actual deep fryer baskets. So I'm just going to add 2 like that. And then I'm going to grab myself a cauldron. And a piston. And then I'm just going to place 2 cauldrons just on top, just like that. Followed by 2 pistons on top of each cauldron. And then I'm just going to grab myself a redstone block to power these, push them down. And then to finish off this design, I'm just going to grab myself a stone brick. There. I'm just going to place 1, 2 just on top. And then I'm also going to grab myself a birch sign, an item frame, and also a compass. And then I'm just going to place the item frame on the right hand side with a compass in it, some sort of thermostat. And then I'm just going to add a birch sign just on the left hand side there. And that'll complete our fryer. And the next up for a menu board design. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some black wool and also some chains. Firstly, just from this point here, I'm just going to place 3 black wool just going along like that. And then I'm just going to add 1 chain on each side there. And I'm also going to grab myself an item frame. And I'm just going to place 3 of those just in front. So next up, you're going to need some custom heads. And I am aware you can only get these in Java Edition, but I will show you some alternative ways later for those on Bedrock. So to get a custom head, firstly, you need to give yourself a command block. So for that, if you just do /give @p and then Minecraft :command _block, that will give you a command block. And then if you just head over to minecraftheads.com, I'll put the link to this website in the description. We can get all of our custom heads. So first up, I'm going to grab a calamari head. And this is just going to represent battered cod. So I'm just going to grab this one here. So I'm just going to click on that. And then if you just choose what version of Minecraft you're on, and then you'll see this part where it says give code. I'm just going to press copy just there. And then if I return to Minecraft, I'm just going to paste that command in. And then if I just activate it by pressing this button, that'll give me this fried calamari head to begin with, which is the closest thing I could find to battered cod. And then for the next head, I'm just going to search fries. And then I'm going to choose this steak fries one just there. So again, choosing the correct version and copying that. And then placing a new command block. And then pasting that command in that we copied. And then activating it, which will give us our lovely Chippz just there. And then finally, with one more command block, I'm then going to search for a potato head. And I'm just going to choose this potato bag one there. And then choosing the correct version, copying that again, pasting that in, and then I'm just going to activate this command block, which will give me the potato bag head here. So first, to fill up the menu board, I'm just going to add some lovely battered cod in the middle there, and then followed by some lovely Chippz just on each side. And the next, for a potato barrel, I'm just going to grab myself firstly a barrel, and I'm just going to place one just in the corner there, and then I'm just going to add this potato bag on top. And then with this chip head, I'm also going to add one just on top of the counter there. So next up, to finish the heated food display, just coming to the other side here, similar to what we've done with the fire design. Firstly, I'm just going to destroy these 2 blocks to begin with, and then just fill in this floor just there. And then I'm going to grab myself some iron trapdoors. Just going to place 2 down at the bottom there. And then I'm going to grab myself an armor stand. I'm just going to add 1, 2 just there. And then on the left hand side, I'm going to add a battered cod head just there. And then I'm going to add the chip head on the other side. And then I'm going to grab myself a cauldron. I'm just going to place 2 cauldrons just on top there. And then I'm just going to grab myself a piston, placing 1 on top of each cauldron. And then with a redstone block, I'm just going to add 1 on top there, which will push those cauldrons down just there. And to light that up, I'm just going to grab myself a torch. I'm just going to place 1 on the side there. And then to finish this off, I've got an iron trapdoor here. I'm just going to place 6. Just on top. Just there. And that will complete our heated display where you can see all of the lovely food there. So for those of you on Bedrock, I'm going to grab myself firstly some cooked cod. And then for some chips, I'm going to grab myself a horn coral fan here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to rename that using an anvil. Just like that. And then I'm just going to add our chips, just on each side there, and some fish in the middle. And then I'm also going to grab myself an item frame. And then I'm going to put one there with some chips in like that. And then coming to this corner here, I'm going to grab myself a barrel. And I'm going to place that down. I'm going to put another item frame in front of that. And then this time I'm going to add a potato just there. And then for the heated display area, I'm just going to grab a torch. I'm just going to place one just over there. And then I'm going to grab myself some polished deep slate. And I'm just going to place 2 just there. And then I'm going to grab myself a red sandstone slab for some battered cod there. And then I'm going to grab some yellow candles for some chips. So I'm just going to place the slab just there. And then I'm going to put 4 candles for some chips. Just like that. And then to finish that display area off, I'm just going to grab some iron trapdoors. And I'm just going to place 6 just on top there. So that's another way of decorating this if you are on Bedrock. And there we have it. With all the fish and chips added, that is our chip shop all complete. So I hope you did enjoy this tutorial, and I hope you are pleased with the final result. And as always, if you did enjoy, I'd really appreciate a little smash on that like button, as it does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. But yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day.